quick, what do you think about Liquid? Do you think that they have a shot this game, or is it not looking too good?
Is that guy literally just a wisp spammer?
I think
that-
so.
Apparently he plays Wisp,
Is
Earth
he-
Spirit, and what was the last one? There were 3 heroes that he plays.
Rubik.
Rubik,
But no,
yeah.
it's GH God again though.
Yep,
so.
he's in the lobby. That means they
back.
swapped him just for that one game.
Wow,
Yeah, and they
we gotta
lost
work
to them,
on our
so.
sub rules. What do we have?
I mean, they
I
still
think
lost,
that's-
though, so...
I'm pretty sure that would be fine in normal rules anyway. So.
Okay.
I mean, he was lagging or whatever.
Yeah.
I think
I think
if you
Liquid
keep
could definitely do it,
switching
though.
subs, then no. Sorry, what's that?
I think Liquid could definitely still do it. I think it's a draft loss by them. Like, honestly, it's just once they got to a certain point, NP were kind of unstoppable. Like, they just had so much sustain and so much push that you couldn't eat through it. And the combination with Underlord. Like, if it was a Darkseer instead of an Underlord that had a mech, like, I could potentially see them being able to fight through that. But Underlord caused you so many issues for agility heroes, so...
Oh, cool.
This is a scary opener, I think, if you are Team Liquid. NP, TerorBlade, Vengeful Spirit, that's comfort zone, baby.
Yeah, we saw a NP game the other day where, like, what, EE was 0-3, and he still had the top net worth and hero damage. I mean,
Yeah.
you could just kill him over and over again and think you have him, and then he'll find a way on that TerorBlade to come back and bite you in the booty. However, a strange Zeus pickup. Now, isn't Zeus like the TB counter? Isn't that what people are trying to tell us these days?
Well, yeah, I mean, he's low HP, so burst damage, generally speaking, is good against him. But
And the illusions, right? I mean, pretty good too, taking those things down quick.
yeah.
Cap, you disagree with me there?
Early on, yeah, that was a potential counter. It was be able to deal with the TerorBlade's illusions pushes. You would pick up a support Zeus, and you would use Arc Lightning and your spam just to be able to kill those illusions. I'm not sure if that's as powerful anymore to have a support Zeus, so this might just be a mid Zeus this time around, and just as Sunsfan was pointing out, just trying to burst him down as quickly as possible. But I don't know. I guess we'll have to see. It's an interesting choice because Zeus is a rather immobile hero. You usually want something that's rather mobile to go with Lifestealer, but
Yeah.
they will pick up an offlaner that is able to carry the Lifestealer around. I'm not sure what's left. Clockwork or Shaker. There's no like Slardar left, right? Sand King's still there. Actually,
No
that would be a really good one.
Slardar, no Axe.
They can still do Spirit Bomb, dude.
They do have Clockwork.
Spirit
I think
Breaker.
Sand King's probably the best pickup here for Liquid, but I wouldn't be surprised if NPC that hero and they just take it away. I guess there's also Axe.
Is Axe
would
still in?
actually be.
Where is he?
I think so. He's up there in the top left of the right column.
Oh, yeah, there he is. Okay. Yeah, Axe could be good. Ooh, the Treant. We've seen this pop out a few times now.
Yeah, Treant Protector have been used up a lot lately. Very aggressive styles, and then those BKB piercing ults are real good against Lifestealer, too.
Yeah. And now Bounty Hunter here for Liquid. We found that. Well, the tree's nice and diverse, you know, because he can jungle, so he can make up that farm if it's kind of a slow game. He can help, you know, carries and supports alike from around the map. The Bounty Hunter pick, though, I guess that's a good vehicle for the Lifestealer.
I guess.
Let's get some Phoenix in the hizzy, son.
Whoop, whoop. You still looking for that Phoenix Nature's Prophet combo, Sunset? It's not going to happen.
Treant.
Dude.
No,
Phoenix Treant.
Oh, Treant. Right. They're both trees. I'm kind of a tree racist.
Yes.
Yeah.
They all look the same to me.
Phoenix
Goddamn
Nature's
tree
Prophet, that's
racist.
sick combo.
Hey, you put them in the trees, and then they can't escape.
Somebody recently tried to run Phoenix offlane. It was not good.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
It's
I
not
think
good in this
I think
patch.
you have to run it as a 4, and then I don't know what the fuck you do with tree. That's the problem.
Yeah, so I
That's
don't
kind
think
of
it's
the same
happening this
position.
game. So that's bad.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Jungling tree, dude.
It's a thing.
But it is EM. You can bring this back. You
Yeah.
can try it.
This is the time to try it.
Come on. You tell Allie.
Another hero we haven't.
what to
Wait,
do
did we
all
see
the time.
Tusk? I think we talked about this.
We've talked about it. We saw it banned that one
We
game.
saw him one ban on
I think
Tusk.
banned in a
Yeah.
game 3.
Very awkward, strange ban that we discussed very much, but yeah. You know who's a great combo is Phoenix and Tusk with the Ags. He can kick
Oh,
them right
yeah.
into the egg. Incredible.
Here, let me help you destroy the egg. That's gotta be top 5 worst eggs.
Wait, what if
in the
he
game.
could kick the egg like a giant soccer ball?
Oh, that would be.
That would be the
yeah.
greatest Ags.
Let me kick this.
Only works
So
against
stupid.
Phoenix.
I told.
Hey, Spirit Breaker. So it's
That's your classic bounty hunter killer right there, you know?
yeah, great against Zeus also.
Yep. Bring yourself
And
a
it has
gust, and he's
abilities.
gonna. Oh, you know, who you called it, capitalist, axe, life stealer, incredible. Well done.
It's really good versus TerorBlade, but I like the Spirit Breaker pickup. It's a nice controlling hero versus Lifestealer, and in general, it does give you a lot more map control, because it's such an anti-bounty hunter hero that you'll be able to, I think, be able to scout out at least some of the rotations from Liquid. But Liquid do have this really threatening, like anytime Axe, anytime Lifestealer's off map, basically, they could be ganking, whether it's with the Axe or whether it's inside the Bounty Hunter, and then you have that burst damage combined with the Zeus's ultimate. You basically are setting up this perfect storm of always being scared to be by yourself if you're NP.
Yeah.
Yep. And, Treant is a pretty good with Spirit Breaker as well, getting those heals up wherever he be. Probably one of the only good supports to have a Spirit Breaker, because he can just heal him from everywhere. He's always in good, safe hands.
I feel like these lanes for NP are kind of hard to read. Like, is there a world where this is a mid TerorBlade and position 1 Venge?
Yes.
Yes, that world
AUI loves
is
Venge
here.
and Envy loves TerorBlade, so
This world is
I would
now,
say
Ziori.
it's actually likely.
Bizarro
that's
world has
one.
arrived.
You best start believing in ghost stories, boy. You're in one.
Thanks, Spirit Breaker.
Vengeful spirit. She's a ghost. All right. Forget it. Team Liquid, last pick coming out here. Any predictions here, panel?
No,
No.
absolutely not.
Vanomancer here for Liquid.
You know
I
who's
mean,
great?
they need a lane support for sure.
I don't want to freak you out, dude. Pugna with Ags. Best TerorBlade counter in existence. Insta kills with 0 cooldown every illusion. Boom. Boom, boom.
I mean,
I
Good
think I like
shit.
Lion better for that reason. If you want to talk about,
How about
you can
Coddle
get a
here
support
for
that
Liquid?
doesn't have to get the Axe.
I think
Coddle?
Coddle's pretty good.
Coddle,
Here.
nice against the Spirit Breaker. Nice against the Venge.
Well, it's more for counter push. In lane, it's like the chakra magic isn't really that helpful.
I have an
That's the
update
one
on
thing.
rosters.
What do we got here, Maul? What do we got?
So apparently, GH can't play this game. So 3-3, they're asking. Mind Control is asking if 3-3 from Kaipi can play with them.
Now, I think that one might be against the rules.
Yeah, that's against rules.
Yeah, definitely against the
Stand-in
rules.
is only valid if he's not playing for another organization participating in the tournament, which he is.
And Kaipi's not even eliminated. They're
They are
still
not.
in the tournament.
Actually in the tournament, right.
And depending on the outcome of this, could possibly play Kaipi in the next
We
round.
would get some weird, crazy shenanigans happening.
So,
Can I play as a stand-in?
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Matsu
Absolutely.
said he was down.
Let
He was
him
like, I'll
know.
take slacks.
Let him know I'm open.
He said in game 1, he was like,
Oh,
I'll take
and the
slacks.
game's over. Thank you, Team Liquid, for trying. We really do appreciate you coming out to elimination mode here.
You just hate that hero, dude.
Hey,
Quinta Huiven.
prove me wrong. I ask teams to prove me wrong all the time, and they never do. If they win this game, I will
But-
send Sunsfan a kiss.
Come on, Slacks. You got to admit,
Oh, my.
it's good against the Vengeful Spirit, right? She gives the team some damage.
It's
TerorBlade
good
hits
against
hard.
TerorBlade. It
Yeah,
Yeah, I
owns
was about to
TerorBlade.
say, the reason Sunsfan was in Winter Wyvern's Court is because Dro Ranger is such a popular pickup right now. And it's the same exact thing for TerorBlade. It's a early high damage pushing core.
Oh my god, dude! All right, Liquid has to win this game so I can shit all over Slacks.
Oh my
Wyvern
God.
wins, Omni loses. Like we all win
Good
in that, right?
fucking luck.
I'm down with that.
Good luck. If
Fuck
you
off.
win
All right,
this,
so
Delete that hero from the
everyone,
game.
everyone except Slacks is all backing Liquid here.
Yes.
all
You
right.
good with this?
I'll make you a deal, Sunsfan. If Liquid wins this, you have to change your name into Slacks is God, and I'll do Sunsfan God for the next week.
You
For
mean
the next week in game.
In game.
Okay, fine.
Done. All right. Come on, Team NP. I've taught them everything I know as their official sub.
Please, God, Liquid.
I'm kind of digging on this NP draft, dude. They've got a lot of sustainability. They've got the nasty Spirit Breaker. He'll have early repel. He'll have living
Yes, but
armor.
remember, we have Envy on TerorBlade who likes to throw, so let's just hope for the best, guys.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the last time we saw an Omni Knight, with potentially as like a mid or something like that, we saw what was it, the 404 Omni Knight that did nothing. That
Yep.
was- I don't
Not
know
this
who
time.
That was, but
I
that
just
was-
realized this is going to be on US East. Fuck my life.
I can't
All right, that's
wait.
fine. It's not that big of a deal to change my name for a week, you know.
Oh, you're gonna
He's
need
their
to say it
standing.
on the stream though. You're
Yeah,
gonna
he's
need to
standing
say
there,
that I'm a
looks like.
god. Look into the camera so I could odd shot it, and then I'll play it every time I log into Dota.
That could be your new sub button.
That will be it. Every time I get a follow on my stream, it'll be your face saying,
All right,
Slacks is a god.
Oh,
Do I need to be holding a cat
Oh.
for that as well?
well, look at
We
this.
got
We have a
he.
new stand-in.
Here?
MVP.
Yo, I was hyped for
Heen.
this. I was hyped for the Slacks on a Winter Wyvern team. Make him play the Winter Wyvern too. That'd be even better.
Oh god, he's
Is
just gonna
Heen
throw.
good? Oh no.
Oh, Heen. Okay.
This
That's their
isn't
old
fair.
coach.
Where's Boba? Put him back on.
Jeez.
Something tells me Boba wouldn't be a fan of that.
I'm just kidding. Everybody
Boba
that
would
thinks that
throw.
Boba was a problem's a fucking idiot.
Oh,
Sorry,
of course.
boys. Boba rocks.
Well,
I
yeah,
like
we don't want to get into that anymore, but
No.
I will say most people don't know full stories on any of this stuff, and they're pretty much wrong every time about Boba. Every single time. Boba's a god. He's a true god.
All right.
All right.
Anyway,
sounds
this
fair.
game's gonna be starting up soon. So tell me a little
Yep,
bit about
we're about to
Heen.
load in.
Who be he?
He's a South Korean player.
Okay.
He's spent a significant amount of time coaching. Yeah, he's been coaching for how long now? A year?
Oh, I met this guy.
Year
yeah,
and a half.
this
Yeah,
guy's
he's-
cool.
His English is really, really good.
When they do something on Fnatic, right?
Is he? He's not
He's a great
coaching
caster,
Liquid
too.
anymore, is he? I mean, maybe he is actually. I
I'm
don't
not
know.
sure on the latest.
I've heard that he still is. He used to be on MVP Phoenix when we used to play against them in Korea.
Yeah.
And then he went to Hot 6 for TI5, I believe.
Okay. All right. Well, this guy's gonna bring some power, Suns fan. You might have a chance.
I'm not feeling confident in this anymore.
Oh, don't worry. All right.
I need Lux.
Well, we'll go ahead and pass it over to our casters here. We've got the one, the only, the Mount Man cometh, the Mott Man prophecies. He's here, casting alongside of DOTA Capitalist, correct?
No, Purge.
Oh, damn it. Sorry,
Wow,
Cap.
you really weren't paying attention last game, huh, Slacks? Jesus.
I mean, Purge, I just kind of blank out every time he speaks, so it's kind of hard.
damn.
All right. See you later, guys. Enjoy the cast.
How are you gonna just take that, Purge?
Toodaloo.
What? I muted Slacks months ago, dude. Did he say something?
Fuck!
You know? No, not really. Not really.
Okay, good.
Um,
So yeah, this looks like a pretty cool game. Liquid's
Yeah.
pretty much all about early engagements, team fighting, rotations, that good stuff. Lifestealer Bounty Hunter is pretty scary, I must say. Zeus on top of that, that's easy ganks.
this draft is exciting. We don't really see Trant, Omni Knight in like a game of Dota that often. It's not like a combination
Yeah.
of heroes you usually see. And this might be the only time I've like seen this draft in a pro game. It's actually really cool.
Yeah, that's what's cool about the Treant as well, is it kind of counteracts what Liquid wants to do. Everything I said about their ganking. If you throw Treant armor on top of that and they just stop getting kills, then it changes the whole scope of the game, because then Liquid's burst damage heavy lineup is going to be not quite getting the kills they need, and NP should be able to turn around afterwards. So that's kind of where the balance will be. They definitely have worse laning as well. Having both Omni and Treant, both of those heroes can be a bit weak in that way.
Right.
Although it is offlane Omni Knight, so that might help make up for a lot of the experience lack.
Yeah, I was going to ask about the experience. If you have both of these heroes, I mean, how do you get experience? Are you going to be really struggling in the early game? Oh, Sentry, they see Kuroki, the charge is there. Do they have detection? He's going to go right back into Sentry. They have another one ready as well, and it's first blood going to Envy. Oh, poor Kuro, dear God.
Yeah, that's mostly unlucky. The fact that the sentry was placed at D ward, not necessarily spot the bounty, and he ran into that one. That's actually pretty funny. That
And
that's how that turned out.
They get the ward to Purge.
That was a good sentry, very good sentry.
Very,
The large camp's blocked,
pretty good
so they might be able to block that one, or D ward that one. But oh, that was the second sentry that he had placed. He put one down to check for wards, didn't find anything.
Yep.
And then the next one by the camp. So I would say that's absolutely worth it. Even if they don't unblock the large camp, that's still a big advantage for their supports that need the experience.
Right, absolutely. So MP getting off to a fast start currently. We'll see how things progress here. As we get into the game, remember that if Liquid lose this game, they're done. They're going to be out of Elimination Mode Season 2. NP looking very strong in that first game. We talked a lot about Pit Lord. Obviously, he looked very solid. Envy had a great game, but this is going to be a bit different. You have Envy on the TerorBlade, so they might need a bit of farm. Well, let's see how this laning phase shapes up. And it is, as they expected, going to be a mid TerorBlade, and he's going to be going up against, right now, the mid Zeus.
Yeah, that one's not going to be fun, probably. Kind of an interesting build for Miracle as well. He actually picked up a Null Talisman. Most Zeuses go for a fast bottle here, but maybe he's expecting to harass the TB a lot, I guess.
Yeah, well, with Kuroki as well, you can already see. Envy's going to trade hits with Kuroki. But
That's
going
actually
Envy's way
completely
right now.
fine for him. Oh yeah, easily. That's super worth it. Like, he's got 11 base armor and a poor man's shield. Bounty has
And
none
living
of those
armor.
things, just high base armor.
And living armor coming out. Already Envy getting a couple of denies just to sit a little bit further away. And he doesn't want to get hit with a lightning bolt or arc lightning. But we'll check on this bottom lane. It is MSS on the Omni Knight with Spirit Breaker. It's against a Lifestealer as well as an Winter Wyvern. How do you feel about this bottom lane, Purge?
Well, basically they can't die on NP side, at least until some later levels, or if they get harassed down. So I think it's fine. Yeah, like look at that. MSS just presses repel, and it cancels out the Arctic burn. So Winter Wyvern's now useless for another 50 seconds, and MSS can last it to his heart's content.
He's just like, I'll just try to pull, I guess. Uh-oh,
Yeah,
MSS walking up,
this
taking a
is-
couple last hits. He doesn't have purification yet. He needs to be a little bit careful. But he's
He does pull 3 melees, but he loses the range creeps, and those will probably get denied, perhaps, depending on how long it takes. Getting him away from that experience is really important.
Right. Just take away anything that you can away from MSS. The wave is pushed in pretty far already. I mean, because of that, it's pushed up to the tower pretty much. But some man trying to cancel the salve, but unfortunately
And
can't
zoning
get
him
it.
from the range creeps is the other big thing. Oh, there's a kill on Bounty Hunter top.
Oh, God, I missed it. They do get the kill top lane. That'll be on the Bounty Hunter. It is not First Blood, but they will still pick it up with the Leech Seed coming out from SVG, and it's, of course, the Magic Missile to follow up, I'm sure, from AUI 2000.
And that was the first entry they placed down, too. That was the best benefit of that. So going very well for them in the lane. More mana for Revenge, so doing more combos is definitely possible. And 1437 is very smart.
Yeah, this is nice Leech. He might be able to kill Mind Control. I don't. Maybe if he had Dash. He does have
doesn't
Dash
see him,
level
though.
2.
He
This
can't
is
see
going to
him.
be tough.
He's just guessing here. Oh, this could be... If he gets a free bash,
Yeah, he
definitely gets
needs
this
maybe
kill.
one bash. The charge will go, or excuse me, the call will go. He has charge ready, I should say. Oh,
Great
oh,
chicken for Mind
the
Control.
Trooks, Mind Control. He needs the bash.
Oh,
He
that's
gets
a
it. The
kill.
charge is going to go for the kill, and he gets it done. 14:37. He has to wait a couple of seconds to get it, but that's just smart play from the Spirit Breaker.
He got a little outplayed from the Vision game, but once he got that bash in, finally, that was like his 4th or 5th attack. That's a little lucky, moderately lucky, I'd say. Once he got the free bash, he gets a guaranteed bash with charge, and that's a kill. So really nice rotation there. That's going to absolutely gimp Liquid's ability to rotate a little early, just because less levels for Axe and definitely less gold.
And that also gives the experience over to the Spirit Breaker. He was just level 2. He's going to charge in. They actually have the courier. They want to get it down, but instead they'll go for Miracle. And he's rather tanky. Lightning Bolt, 14:37. One more tower at the Living Armor will save his life almost assuredly. And that means that Miracle will have to back up. His bottle's, of course, empty.
This is going really well for NP. Even they're playing very well. The Living Armor definitely saved as well, because otherwise Spirit Breaker could have died to the Zeus. So everything's working out great for them.
And look at MSS harassing Matoma Man down bottom, forced to use the salve. He's 2 CS behind that of the Lifestealer. This is a great offlane.
Yeah, it's going super well. He is out of mana. That's maybe one detriment to him, but as long as he can keep pressing.
Repel. Easy.
Yeah, not too useful there. I do like how well SVG is like really enhancing every lane. He's always putting Living Armor in the place that it needs to be in every single lane. Like every single engagement we see happening, the Living Armor always comes into the perfect time.
Yeah, he's been on point right now. SVG's doing a great job. He even helped get that kill on the Bounty Hunter within the first couple minutes of the game. And he's ready to go again. Sentry is not there. It's, I think, been dewarded by the Radiant Sentry, perhaps. So they will need more detection, and they don't have any currently on SVG or AUI. However, there's a TP up the charge. Is coming through, and it's going to be a dive. They have the Dust, and Kuroki knows he's in trouble. The Dust will connect. The Magic Missile will fly. Yes, there will be a TP rotation, but it gets canceled. It's already too late. They find an easy kill underneath that Tier 1 tower, and no follow from Liquid.
It's such a good Spirit Breaker pick this game, really. Just because it gives you guaranteed bounty kills, especially in the early game where it's so hard to commit to kill him. He very rarely will show in places where he's out of position, but now they just have to see him once, get the charge off, and you get a guaranteed dust.
He's
Just really
dead.
smart.
He might have been spotted. It was very close. Axe is going to have to back up. Oh, no, Mind Control, not again. 14:37, I think he just maybe saw him, but he's not in range to get the charge. He could... He's like, I really want to die for this kill, and somehow Mind Control is going to make it away.
He'll charge somewhere else. Could be Bounty Hunter, could be mid towards Miracle, as long as he doesn't jump through a Tier 2 on the way home.
Nowhere safe right now, man. It just feels like all over the map, maybe with the exception of bottom, they just can't find anything. Look at that Purification Matamba Man getting down to about 200 HP. And here comes that charge. 14:37 is going to come in. He's got the Dust. The TP will come. This time it will be from the Axe, but it's too little too late. Mind Control's looking for a call. He might find SVG. There is the Nature's Guides if need be, not to mention the Living Armor. Meanwhile, the Omni Knight does bring down Matamba Man with a solo kill. MSS gets it done.
Dude, that's amazing. It might have cost him a mango or something like that, but that's the danger that Omni Knight presents here. They can't zone him with the Winter Wyvern. So now Omni just gets full farm, and whenever he wants to, just easy nukes on Lifestealer. And Lifestealer hasn't been able to buy a regen item, which is the issue that Lifestealer normally doesn't run into.
No.
he can like trade with Feast or whatever, but all it takes is one Purification. Any trading you just did is offset and you lose a lot of HP.
Yep. Charge coming in. They're looking for Miracle. They've spotted him as they're going through the Tier 1 tower. Miracle has a lightning bolt. He misses. He mistimes it. MSS Purification. They pop the meta. They're body blocking, and Miracle should certainly fall here and will. And Envy will find that pick off. Oh, he was so close to canceling that charge.
Dude, NP is owning super hard right now.
Yeah, they really are.
They're playing every single lane perfectly. They're up 7-0 right now. Even SVG is going to get free experience on the top lane. He's 2-0-2. Everything is going perfectly for them right now.
Yeah, this is, I mean, it's about as good as it can get. Like you said, 7-0. The network lead is kind of surprising in terms that it could be more, but they might find the Vengeful Spirit. AUI just goes in too far. He was underneath that Tier 1 tower. I'm not sure what it was doing there. That's a bit questionable. But he will end up, he does get some tower damage, obviously, and he gives away a kill. Not the biggest thing in the world, but kind of an interesting position from AUI 2000.
Yeah, definitely weird, especially because Liquid doesn't have EQ or Blinks yet. Mind Control being there at the right time. It was a great Arctic, what's it called again? Splinter Blast just to put in the first slow, and yeah, tower hits also. So pretty big mistake from him, I would actually say, considering the position they're in. He really didn't need to die there. Should be looking for a kill with Swap, and instead he just ends up feeding mid.
Kuroki's going to follow after Envy, who has Treads and Iron Talon. I believe another item flying out as we speak. This could be his full wand and an infused raindrop, not to mention a bottle. It's Lightning Bolt, though, and that's it. I mean, the problem with a TerorBlade early on in the game, he's paper thin, and you see it there.
Yeah, that was just an attack, a Shuriken toss, a very high damage nuke, and a bolt. Just dead.
Yeah. All of a sudden,
really
Liquid
good
fine
gank.
too. Almost finding a third with 1437 mid, but he's fine.
An important level 7 for Zeus. He's going to have Soul Ring now, Boots soon. And any gank that happens as well, they'll have Thunder God's Wrath to throw in. So now things are opening up a bit for Liquid. Rather than focusing on laning here, they can grab heroes like... Yeah, that was a lot of damage.
Jeez.
They can grab somebody like Lifestealer, infest somebody, and then go for a kill.
Cold Embrace will come out. MSS is going to walk up
Oh,
another Purification ready. I don't know about this. He's looking instead for the Winter Wyvern. With Cold Embrace down, not much he could do there. MSS repelling up. There's plenty of right-click damage. MSS still rather speedy, but here
bash.
comes Envy. They'll turn their attention. They do use the Zeus ulti perfectly timed, and Miracle will find a pick-off onto MSS.
Well, at least they get that one. The Cold Embracer was not very safe under the tower. They could have even killed Matoma there.
They're going to go. They will try for it. The charge is out. The rage is there in time. You could use a bash. More TP's coming in. This is dangerous. Envy really wants this kill. He has meta. He's going to turn his attention. The Cold Embrace will come out as he had the open wounds going, I believe. His rage is going to be back up in 1 second. Is it going to be enough? It looks like it will not be. He will fall, and Kuroki goes down as well. Envy gets the double. The Sunder comes out, and he cannot find himself a return kill, and he's lucky to be alive, to be honest with you. Cold Embrace is up in 8. No mana for the Winter's Curse, and Heen is trying to juke and jive the best that he possibly can, and he will be spotted by Envy. He just needs the one right click. That's all he needs. He needs more as the Cold Embrace comes out. I spoke too soon. The reflection will come in, and Heen almost certainly dead now. Envy stays underneath the tower for a good 20 seconds and is not punished whatsoever.
Yeah, they're all abusing their heroes perfectly. 1437 especially, it's almost like he's bashing on command there. But because he bashed Kuro, he just didn't die. That should have been a Shuriken toss kill, but it wasn't. And MP is going to rotate to the safe lane now and just take the tower super early. Level 6 now in Spirit Breaker, they've got all the levels they need. They're in position. They just don't really have super good disables.
They have Overgrowth ready to go. They've spotted him. The charge is going to come through. He gets the rage off. That will still disable him. Overgrowth will fly. Now his rage is gone. He's got Infest. Can he get it off in time? He's not going to be able to. The bash from 1437 is there. TP coming in now from Heen. Winter's Curse ready to go, but he doesn't get it off. The Arctic Burn could have flown as well. Not to mention, 1437 still in the tree line here. Doesn't seem to really give a damn at this point. He's just going to be able to walk out or charge away if need be. Yep, he's fine.
Guess he's going to be buying a hood this game. There's quite a bit of magic damage on the enemy team, so it makes sense. In the meantime, Miracle's still farming mid. He's picked up 34 last hits. Not very good considering how the game is going, but he's got some great items right now, especially the Arcane Rune in his inventory. So
that is the bigger
there
item
is
now.
A fight, or an ulti, at least it'll be off cooldown faster.
Kuroki has been spotted. Leech Seed is there. MSS with the Degen Aura Purification. And they will get off the Winter's Curse, and that charge won't bring him down. Blink call onto 2. Here's the follow-up. This might be it for Mind Control, but there's the charge. Look at the spins. Everybody's low. Zeus ult follows up, and Liquid will find 2. Purification's there. Mind Control with that newly minted Blink Dagger helping out the Lightning Bolt on MSS. Running to the north. There's Delta splitting as the other hero heads to the west. The call will go. The spins. There's the dunk from Mind Control. 3 dead. That Blink Dagger secures them just about everything they need.
It was amazing Winter's Curse to set up the Axe Call, because if it wasn't for that, it would have been another death on Bounty Hunter, and then they might have spread out too fast and led to no NP kills. So sick plays from Heen there to buy time for Mind Control to actually initiate, and absolutely crucial timing on that blink. If that was any later, I feel like the game ends there with that engagement and the tower going down.
And they lose Envy, they lose MSS, they lose some of their bigger heroes. The charge is going to come through Heen, and it looks like it will be completed as 1437 is going in. TPs might be coming en masse from Liquid's side. They have the ultimate from 1437, decides against using it as the rest of his team is not prepared to go for this. As they now have Liquid's Miracle split pushing mid and doing some tower damage.
AOI from the backside can get a swap off for this one.
Yes, he can. Goes to the north, and the Magic Missile, the charge is there. He has his ultimate, and 1437 should find this, and in fact will get the last hit.
He's been doing amazing this game. Great rotations, perfect timing, and that's really what makes Spirit Breaker so good, is you just need him to be there with one of your other heroes, and usually it's enough to disable to guarantee a kill. And luckily for him, he does damage and disable because he's so far ahead. They're going to try to kill AUI in the mid lane, though.
Call will go. He's got a tank. He has that Ogre Club. He doesn't have swap, though. Needs some help. Great charge on it, too. The Arctic Burn. He's got the Overgrowth to stop any further aggression. Wave of Terror. AUI still realizing he needs to back up in a way. Mind Control. About half HP. They could keep going if they wanted to, but they're going to head instead towards the river and not follow up any further.
It was a great save. Raindrop saving AUI 100% in that fight. And also moving away from the creep wave also helped. If he stood in the creep wave when Axe gets in there, it should provide more spins and a little bit more pure damage. It guarantees he gets within chop range. So very small edges are going to change whether or not Liquid wins these fights. If they're below
that
chop
call.
range.
Can he get off the Sunder? He's going to use it a little early. Reflection's still available. He needs help. The team is coming in. Matamba Man with the open wounds. He's got the rage. They get off a great purification. They're going to turn onto the X. Steal good counter Helix procs. He's got the dunk. He'll find it. But actually, it is going to be a one-for-one trade. MSS turning his attention. More heroes might be coming in momentarily. Look at that damage, the purification onto, I believe, the illusion from MSS doing some serious work. Kuroki chasing after. He's got track ready to go. They have another purification, but there's the Winter's Curse. Not doing that much damage. There is, of course, that living armor up. Magic Missile. AUI has rotated it. He wants Matamba Man. He might find it. He's going to infest the creep. There's the Guardian Angel. They want at least one kill here. And now the Centaur Conqueror running away. It looks like he will make it out. He will not be so lucky. And NP still have another excellent fight going their way.
Yeah, they've been playing almost every single game of this tournament, just grabbing early game powerhouses so that every early skirmish can just be strong, sit together, heal each other, nuke, and just don't die. And then it gives you a huge gold advantage. I mean, that fight went pretty much ideal as well, and they keep killing Liquid's heroes. Their tier 1 towers are dying, they only have their mid left for that, and NP's can have a Roche advantage going forward also.
Yeah, they're in a very good position. That maybe one team fight with the Blink Dagger obviously caught them off guard, but now they are still 3,000 net worth ahead at 13 minutes in, and they're not looking to slow down. Mind Control not yet spotted by SVG. It looks like he will get to the north. SVG is going to TP back and get with the rest of his team. I feel as though Matamba Man, he's a little far behind. Obviously, he's going to have his armlet soon,
Yeah.
but those couple of deaths that happened to him pretty early on, I think, are. How bad is it for him right now, Purge?
It's pretty huge, actually. Lifestealer is a hero that if he gets behind, he doesn't farm as fast as the rest, since his farming abilities are strong, but they're not really something. He doesn't buy a Battle Fury. He doesn't usually get something like a Maelstrom. He wants to be able to stay ahead in terms of kills and game pressure. He doesn't want to be behind in terms of farm, and he's definitely behind right now.
Right. His armlet is, I believe, coming out very soon, but as this is happening, Roche is going to be taken by NP. No real contention coming out, at least not yet from Liquid. I don't believe they'll be able to get there in time, even if they wanted to.
Yeah,
Scan
definitely not.
Go. That's a dire scan, by the way, well used. Make sure that there's not any gank potential coming out. Envy did pick up the hood, so he's got some extra tankiness going his way. There's a lot of heroes wrapping on mid, though. See if anybody are going to charge up instead to go to Mind Control.
This is like the 4th game in a row that Envy has gone like boots item into pipe, and this is TerorBlade.
Yeah, that's interesting. Purification, MSS walks right in time to get the purification
well,
and the kill off.
Interesting is an understatement considering this item costs 3,500 gold.
Yeah.
And it gives him 0 damage, literally 0 damage. But barrier, I don't know if you know what's actually amazing about this. If you can bury your illusions, and it gives you. Oh, we got to see this fight first.
This is maybe not good for Liquid as they have to use that ultimate, the Winter's Curse. Heena's going to actually just sit in the tree line. Envy's like going in right now. No Metamorphosis.
Really wants to
Matamba Man going to open wounds him. Here comes Miracle. He has the Lightning Bolt ready. Use a repel from MSS. Not using one yet. They still have the living armor going.
So if you can barrier your illusions when you're pushing a wave, and it protects against all the Zeus nukes, it could actually block a massive amount of damage, especially because illusions should take amplified damage once the damage is calculated. But the way barrier works is it blocks the damage before the amp is calculated. So it might be amazing with his illusions.
That does sound pretty good. I mean, and making sure you can keep your illusions up against this type of lineup is huge. Charge in. They will find the dust on a poor bounty hunter. They do get off the cold embrace. They actually pop the reflection as well. Kuroki's still almost certainly dead. They even get off the ultimate.
The blink canceled.
Now onto mind control, and now he might be in trouble at 14:37, getting chased down. Purification. They just can't do the damage, but Tummelman out of mana, no open wounds, no rage, and here's the charge. He'll hit onto 2. Do they want to keep going? Overgrowth's not there. They have no mana for it. Finally gets his mana boots off, and he's ready to go. But that might be the end of the engagement, and looks like NP just want to push mid, I think.
Dude, I think NP is going to get hood nerfed, I'm pretty sure. It's got to be close, if you look at all their items right now.
I would definitely agree with you with how these games are going and how useful hood and pipe have been. And we just buffed hood, too. They just buffed it.
Yeah. I mean, the people expecting people to stack barriers, but you can use pipe, and then as soon as the barrier runs out, then they can use their actual barriers themselves. That's like 725 magic damage block.
They're going to make it like mech, like you can't like barrier twice or whatever, perhaps, or something like that. You know what I mean?
Maybe, because it's looking really strong this game. Again, the problem though is if Liquid ever starts winning fights, NP is just going to start getting crushed because all of their gold is into survivability items. If Liquid gets away with more mid-tier snowbally items, then all they're going to have is hoods, and they're going to be against a lifesteal that has like Deso armlet.
I mean, but the thing is, Envy's going to have a pipe, and then that next item, and it's going to be like the same type of like he has the pipe and like another item, and then there's just the armlet on the lifestealer, so it's pretty much the same thing. Charge, Kuroki. Right.
I mean, gold-wise, yes, but in terms of damage output, it's still a 3,500 gold item. That could have been like, he could have a Manta-style finish right now as TerorBlade, pressure lanes better, things like that. Those are the advantages that he gives up.
Hood, you know,
But yeah, I mean, against a Zeus, and if the barrier does work on illusions like I surmised it just did, then it's actually quite amazing for guaranteeing that despite not having an insane amount of farm, that you can actually siege towers. Because if he doesn't have like a heart and a Scotty or something, then his illusions are just going to instantly die to any Zeus chain lightning bolt kind of damage, just because of static field being OP versus illusion.
For growth, they'll find Kuroki. Charge should be ready to go. In fact, it is. 14:37 will find him. Once you have detection, purification, magic missile, dead. Just that.
Plenty
easy.
of damage as well. Like just one magic missile, one purify. It's amazing.
Kuroki is not the most tanky hero in this game, unfortunately, and he's dying a lot because of it. 14:37 is going to find the charge on a miracle mid, but nobody here else, and he might have gotten that kill.
Like just doing these little charges like this, they had no intention of actually getting the kill, but it forces Heen to TP because he gets worried, and he teleports over, and that's another 50 gold for Heen that Heen's never going to have in terms of items. And him actually going mid wasn't worth it because the whole team of NP wasn't even there. But they don't know that. If he just keeps randomly charging like this, it creates a lot of space on the map. It makes Liquid more scared about where their team fights are going to be.
NP have been very impressive to me in this series,
Yeah,
and even in this tournament in general.
Oh my god, they are.
Well,
I see Omnia has a headdress. He's had this a while. I don't know if this is going to be another pipe or if it's going to be a mech, but I feel like it should be a mech for sure. But, I mean, this game does kind of look like a pipe game as well. It should be a mech, though, 100%. If they go like Vlad's into mech, I think the game just kind of ends, you know?
Thank you, JJ, for that. I think he knows. I think he's aware.
I think, don't all casters see it too?
Yep.
Or is it just our chat
It's all
channel?
casters. Literally, like the Russian broadcasters, the Chinese broadcasters, they see everything that's going on.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's pretty rude.
Damn it. I love this. This is great. All right. 7-18 and 18 minutes and 48 seconds. There is about a 5,000 net worth advantage going the way of NP. Pretty significant this early on in the game. They've taken some outer towers, but the tier 2s are still up. It'll get easier once Envy actually starts getting some items, a Manta style perhaps later on down the road. But what do Liquid need to do here? I mean, Tummelman's very far behind. He's not a hero that catches up easily either.
Just team fights. I mean, they've got track, so that's the one thing that would allow him to catch up. Just take fights, get some kills, at least go even in trades. And like I said, get to the point where their gold is semi-comparable and their opponents have way too many hoods, and then they can just diversify into like physical damage in some way.
Right.
Like Lifestealer is the one hero that can actually open this game up in terms of damage outputs, so he's the one that's got to get stuff done.
Yeah, and he's going to need to before they get even more defensive items, including mech, perhaps like, I don't know, Crimson Guard later on down the road. They're going to have a Force Staff for, a Hurricane Pike for Vengeful Spirit, which is huge against the Lifestealer. Being able to kite against that hero is amazing.
That's true.
It's not an easy game for Liquid by any stretch. And, of course, the ping issues, which currently NP is having some ping problems. But Liquid will have a disadvantage in terms of the ping.
And they basically control all of the Liquid jungle. That's great warding from NP so far. It makes it almost impossible for Liquid to get into the jungle. And if you ever spot like Bounty Hunter reusing his invis, for example, then you can also just move into that area on the map, try to see if you can find him. So pretty much the only safe places for Liquid this game are basically right at mid tower, maybe this large camp near their tier 2, maybe, and then they have like Ancients in the large camp next to it. So minimum, the resources that Liquid has access to right now are far less than what NP has, which is one of the nice things about the way they're playing with their gold advantage.
SVG is going to reconnect to the game. I hope you guys heard Mr. Rue in the background.
That was a dog?
It was a dog. What did you think
was
it was?
Slacks choking his dog or something?
No. Just Mr. Rue, I think, wanted to go outside. He was literally snoring the entire game. He's just on Slacks' lap, just snoring. And he's just like
That's
the loudest
adorable.
snorer I've ever heard. It was pretty adorable, I will say, but he also kind of sounds like an old man when he's snoring, so unfortunate. All right, we're good. We're getting back into the game. This is going to be interesting to see how we progress here. Matumba Man. Oh, God, he just cancels the TP. Swap's ready to go. Boom. Matumba Man pops the armlet off. He has he's like,
no
I need to
neutral
infest something, please. And he gets off a nice
was
toggle.
so fucking sick.
Still probably
that?
going to die, this Dark Soul Summoner. They have another magic missile here. There's the ultimate coming out. He's
Got
low.
attacked.
Can he get the toggle off? AUI's just not doing enough damage here. The call
they're
comes
gonna
out,
turn
and
it.
all of a sudden this is turning pretty okay. The Zeus Soul, they can't bring him down. He just doesn't have the damage. What's happening? You gotta be kidding me.
Oh my god, that was so sick from Matumba Man. I thought he was just going to fight the Venge right at the start, but he looks for the large camp. It's not there, and he has the freaking presence of mind to look at the clock and realize that it's about to spawn in 1 second. That's why he stepped slightly to the left there, because he knew he was going to block the camp if he didn't. That was absolutely insane play from him, and it actually gets him the kill. Great choice to go for the Venge as well.
2,000 gold going the way of these players. That is absolutely huge. And he's going
That
to walk
changed so
up.
much.
Here comes MSS with a Nature's Guise. They're going to try to go on this. It looks like Overgrowth could come through as well. And he's in trouble. He will get the Purification. He does have Sunder. There's the GA. And now they might have to back up. Mind Control taking a lot of damage, but he's still rather tanky. The Leech Seed's going as well. Can they bring him down? That one big tanky mother. Axe, it gets the call off. That'll be onto the Omni Knight. And it looks like he might actually live here. They actually will be able to get him out. He blinks into the tree line. They will find Miracle. 1437's back in the fray. Winter's Curse. Envy does avoid it, so a lot of that damage is gone. And the swap out. AUI wants this magic missile, but Miracle is actually pretty speedy. Can they cut him off the pass? There's nobody going in the other direction. And it looks like they might not be able to kill anybody here. MP is still chasing after this Liquid Miracle. They need a wave of tear. They don't find it in time. And they will not be able to find that kill onto Mr. Miracle.
Dude, what happened during that pause that got Liquid on this amazing page of like, hey, let's win this game? But something happened because everything just got incredible for them in the last 2 minutes. That's all it took, and everything changes.
That's a 2,000 net worth swing after that last fight. They're only 2,000 down, and all of a sudden this game gets a lot easier. Mind Control with a Vanguard, very tanky, hard to bring down even with Envy. This is the problem like you were talking about. When you go for the pipe, he just doesn't do damage right now. His Yashu's up, but that's it. It's becoming an issue.
Yeah. Yeah, he actually did do very low damage all that fight. I think the pipe was still pretty useful. Like, MSS clearly kept him alive, and there's no way that 1,600 gold that the pipe upgrade did would have kept him alive through that. Like, that's maybe an ultimate orb kind of a thing. So I'm not going to fault his item build, but clearly the way the MP's fighting right now is not working out super well.
Ooh, good scan. Smoke of Deceit going to be caught by MP. Do they try to go and set something up here? It looks like they're sitting in a pretty good position, but the Zeus, they'll find AUI. They know. They get off a great Overgrowth, but it's too little too late, it looks like, and SVG will be the next to fall. He's going to try to stay alive as long as he can, but that Zeus Ult came out perfectly timed for Miracle. You'd think NP are in a great position. They're going to spring the trap, but that Zeus Ult gets them everything they need.
Yeah, if they were just playing safe on that one, they wouldn't have even been there. But because they felt like being a little greedy, trying to take a fight, hoping their opponents didn't have detection, it ruined everything for them. Because they put themselves in vulnerable positions by being invis there. And Zeus Ult didn't do damage, but it guaranteed that their opponents found them instantly. It was a great play by Liquid, and just a little too greedy for NP. They should have thought that through fully.
Yeah, NP maybe making some mistakes here at 23 minutes in. Liquid's Kuroki is now on the hunt, 1,400 gold. He's got his track ready, and obviously with all of these kills that are happening, the track gold is starting to pile up. Mind Control, the Reflection. I don't know if they really want to defend this. SVG, no Overgrowth, he just used it. This tower still in some trouble. Everyone's back and alive, but they don't have 1437. Meanwhile, they will get the Dire Courier. Kuroki finds it on its way back after delivering the Manta Style. That's going to be down for 3 minutes. And they're still pushing.
Just like 4 or 5 kills, and all of a sudden the whole game's changed.
Overgrowth. They do have the Life Stealer inside of the axe, and here he comes. He has the open wounds, but he will not use it instead on Eternal Envy. And again, he's just not doing the damage right now. Envy's really not pumping it out. There's going to be the Winter's Curse that'll actually recover their treat. But Man swap back. That's actually Miracle. They might find him, and they will with the Purification now. MP looking to charge forward as they get one pick. Man may very well be next. No Infest ready to go. But they still can't chase him down. Heen is going to be the martyr here as he turns to Splinter Blast and gets obliterated by Envy and his right clicks.
Okay, NP finally wins a crucial fight. The important thing is killing the damage dealer on Liquid, and it's definitely Zeus. If they can swap him to the back of the fight every time, they're going to win. They've also got to keep Mind Control shut down when they do actually initiate, so the game is still pretty tough for NP, but a very big kill there, and a Manta Style now on TerorBlade should allow him to siege even better.
It's going to give him some extra damage that he desperately needs. You get more items coming out for AUI. His Hurricane Pike is finally done, not to mention 800 gold. He'll be able to get that when he gets back to the wells. Of course, there's no courier.
He actually does need to buy the 4-staff recipe, I think, so he's actually only sitting about 300 past that. It's a little misleading with that recipe and the staff. Almost always that's
it's confusing.
Force or whatever.
Still, though, like you said, this seems like a more difficult game now for NP. What do you give their chances going in here to the 24-minute mark? I mean, are they still in an okay position?
They're still okay, but the game definitely got massively evened up. Whereas before, they were absolute commanding. Like, they had low chances of losing team fights kind of stuff. But because there was that swap around with Venge dying top with the... Who was the other hero? Spiritbreaker, maybe? Something like that?
I think so.
It changed everything, because both of those heroes were extremely farmed on the Dire team. So getting track hold on both of those and the double kill, it changed a massive amount. And then the next Fallout fight, again, the carry died with the Treant. So only person that hasn't been dying is Envy. And that's ideal for NP because he's their most farmed, but they can only feed so many deaths before things get out of control.
Envy's still top in net worth now. On the other side, the Axe is the one leading the way with his newly minted Crimson Guard. Not to mention the 1600 gold he already has on him, too.
Crimson's fantastic against TB because TB has lots of damage sources, lots of illusions attacking, so damage blocking all those is wonderful.
We are going to see, I would imagine, a fairly big fight. SVG Smoke has broken. He knows it.
Oh,
he knows broken. They have the gem, and Kuroki is almost certainly dead here. Unless they can help him out. There's the call. Maybe they can. They'll do a lot of damage. 1437 repelled up. They get the bash off onto the Axe. On the other side, they're chasing after other heroes. They find the kill onto Kuroki. Envy's looking to find more heroes on the other side, trying to right-click down Miracle, and he will find it. But on the run now, Axe getting called out. They have, of course, the charge. He will get off the Berserker's call. He'll try to TP away. They need a bash. They're not going to get it. Yes, they will! Mind Control finds the bash, perfectly timed. Meanwhile, they'll take another hero down. He will fall to the Vengeful Spirit on the other side of the map, and it's going to be 4 dead. And that gem comes out at the perfect time, Purge.
It really does. And if Treant wasn't there to spot that bounty hunter, I mean, they thought it was just a solo bounty hunter. He's behind the tier 2, or he's by the tier 2 tower. He thought that was just pretty straightforward, but the fact that the Treant was there to Overgrowth to guarantee that the initiation of Liquid didn't kill a hero right at the start of the fight changed everything. Because it guaranteed nobody died for that 4 seconds. In the meantime, AUI was going on Zeus on the opposite side of the tower, which allowed Envy to get that, to guarantee that kill, and then the whole fight's just over. The free bash completely made it even better. Like, this is actually one of the luckiest SB games I've seen. This, I wouldn't say it like rivals like the Faceless Void game that we saw at TI with Shadowplane Void or anything, but like it's been a really good bash game.
Yeah, this Spirit Breaker played by 1437 T-Man has done a very, very good job in this game, and it's a lot of it, yes, due to luck, but like you mentioned his positioning earlier, he's been all over the map. He's been forcing rotations. He's done a great job. Even just that charge mid that forced Heen to TP, like you mentioned. It's just becoming more and more difficult for Liquid.
Yep, they've got to get to that survivability area. Bounty Hunter's pretty close to mech if he wants to purchase that. I think they need something like that to make their fights better. I mean, Heen has also been doing some relatively good Winter's Curses, but he missed the main... No, he actually did catch Envy in that last fight with the right ulti, but it isn't going to be until a bit more items where that becomes an even bigger threat. So it's definitely what MP has to do. Spread out a little bit, make sure you don't get all battle Berserkers called from Axe, and then you can heal whoever does get low. On Liquid side, they have to kill their targets very rapidly, ideally starting with Omni Knight, maybe TerorBlade, maybe the Treant. One of those three, ideally, and keep Zeus alive at all costs.
Well, speaking of keeping Zeus alive, it might not be capable here as Miracle's taking a lot of damage. They do get off the call, but the charge is coming in, and for 1437, that might be enough to finish it off. Shuriken trying to get off that ultimate, but he can't. The Winter's Curse is there. Miracle might actually survive here. 1437 going a little bit too deep. Miracle gets the Zeus ulti off, but then inevitably dies at the end of the fray. They do pop the mech as well, and Envy going to town on mind control. The Diffusal Blade slowing him down. Another charge. He's so tanky, but it still might not be enough. Great overgrowth from SPG. They will blow everybody away. They pop the GA. Heat is going to be next. That Cold Embrace will not save you. It's a triple kill for AUI. They're diving the damn well at this point. But Tough Man is raging his way out, but there is going to be the Diffuser Blade going alongside the Reflection. All 5 dead. Envy finds a double, and that is nice. It. GG is called.
NP just absolutely stomped Liquid here in both of these games with very similar play styles, but different hero sets both time. They completely focused on the early game and making it about the early game, and they absolutely ran over their opponents. I mean, maybe there's something to be said about Liquid not playing with their full set of 5 that they wanted, but I don't think their ideal player was going to change the outcome of either of those games, because NP was just on another level. The drafting completely made sense, as did the itemization, and maybe they faltered a little bit here or there, because Liquid was really good, but just super convincing 2-0.
It was an impressive display in both games. Didn't really take that long for either of them. The pauses took longer than the games, I feel like. Just a solid draft from both game 1 and 2 coming out from Team MP. I gotta say, it was some impressive stuff from pretty much every player. We talked about 1437, we talked about SVG. Do you have one particular MVP here though, Purge, for NP in this series?
It's hard to say. I think game 2 definitely. I would put it on. God, I don't even know if I can put it on one person. I would say maybe like SVG and MSS and Envy, I would say probably played the best, those 3. But I mean, they all played amazing in both games, I think. Just really, really solid play. They're playing extremely like a team. I think that's the biggest benefit of the way that they're playing. That's what I would say, for sure. They're just playing great teamwork.
It was indeed some great teamwork coming out from NP. And with that, that'll be the end of today. Liquid done. They are going to be out of Elimination Mode Season 2. And NP, the North American squad, will move on. We'll have more reaction, of course, to the game and to the series after we get back from our ad break from our panel, including Sir Action Slacks, Zyori, as well as, of course, Cap, Mott Pax, and Suns Fan. So with that, we'll take a break, and we'll see you guys for the postgame.